YouTube, good evening. Thanks for joining. Welcome back to the State of the Sound Union, hosted by, of course, yours truly, Mr. Andy Sins. Got a bit of a pleasant surprise for today's record review. We're checking in with a band from Massachusetts. I think they're originally from a place called Andover, but now sort of are based in the whole Boston area. I am talking about Piebald. These guys put out a record on Friday, June the 5th, 2026, on a label called Iodine Recordings. This is their first record, since like 2007, I believe. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't super familiar with the whole Piebald catalog or even them as a band. Just became attuned to the release with the ear to the street, shall we say. And like I said, a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect to like this record as much as I do. And it's definitely one that kind of continues to grow on me as well. I think, there's great production on it, first of all. The vocals are strong. Some really cool keyboards here and there. I think as a band, or musically, it's evident that these guys have been cracking at it for a while. So, there's some really cool chugging guitars, some real cool tones and effects in there as well too. And I think overall, the record itself it has this ability to kind of address some of the themes that, all of us experience, certainly nostalgia and getting old. Also, economic viability, but it does so in this way that has sort of this like tinge of comedic optimism and patience, even though some of the things are difficult. So for example, there's a track on there called Goddamn This Thing Is Old. Very cool. And again, it's talking about like nostalgia, it's talking about accepting where you're at in terms of age. I think the other thing that really stood out to me is another track called More Month Than Money. And, it's talking about how shit is getting expensive out there. But there's like this beautiful sort of comedic, artistic aspect to it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Nerf Herder thing. But maybe, and I know obviously Nerf Herder, by their own right, certainly tackles serious elements at times too. But, well, maybe not. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I was very pleasantly surprised by this record. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, and I probably should have, but the record is called Tales for the Rages. And again, that's on Iodine Recordings. But I think, through this experience, and this is always a good tell of when you're into something. I think this record definitely inspired me to say, you know what, I would really like to see this band live. I actually was reading somewhere too that these guys started off as a hardcore outfit. And like given where they're from, they're coming up in the same scene as like Converge and Cave In. Yeah, all in all, guys, enough of Andy Sins rambling on, even though that's really what this fucking channel is about. I think, as I said, pleasantly surprised from a union voting perspective. State of the Sound Union score. Tales for the Rages on Iodine Recordings. A very promising 4 out of 5 union votes. Like I said, this record was surprisingly dope. It's making me want to check out some more of the Piebald catalog, excuse me, and again, wanting to see them live. So that's right, folks. Tales for the Rages. Check it out. Iodine Recordings, Piebald, came out June 5th, 2026. We'll see you again soon on the State of the Sound Union. And as always, take care of each other. And I appreciate y'all stopping by. Bye-bye, friends.